Unmute yourself so I can make sure I can hear you.
Tuning out 702, keeping it real, let us show you how. Motivation, conversation, black inspiration, thumping Zinja, keeping it true. It's Vegas first TNZ, all just for you. Talk, stay true, there's always something new. Zinja and Thump, watch how we move. Vegas finest, we hold the throne. Thumping Zinja, we set the tone. Welcome to the show, we in our zone. Welcome to the show, we in our zone.
Yeah, we in the zone. We're gonna stay in the zone. It's your man DJ Thump. TNZ Live 702, Vegas first. We in the building, man. We in the building, man. Shouts out, of course, to my lovely host. I don't ever like to call you a co-host, man. You have earned the right to be called a host. You are a host. Nobody co-host. We're not gonna co-host here. That's not what we
right.
do.
But if we're both hosts, we're just each other's hosts. We're hostesses.
Let's make sure that we put the HOST on there. That it's a host.
Yes.
That we're not just each other's hoe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dig. Hey, so listen, we have a lot going on. I do want to give a big shout out to LB Culture. Man, just big shouts out to LB Culture, my boy YA, and the whole family over here. We got some big things happening with LB Culture. Big shouts out to my guy AP.
Hey,
always present. That's what I'm gonna call him, AP, for always present.
I love that.
You dig? And we got our new guy. He's not really new, but what's your name, man? Nick with the tricks. That's what we're gonna call him, Nick with the tricks.
I love it.
Nick make things happen.
And the whole crew here at LB Culture. We appreciate everything that they do. And just like you said, we got big things coming. We are growing and expanding. And I absolutely love that we get to continue this journey as TNZ Live 702.
We already got Albany, New York checked in. Shouts out to Albany. I love they coming in early. Soon we punch in that we live, they punching in with us. I appreciate you, Sonia. All the way from Albany, New York. The what's that? New York's capital, right? Albany. That's the capital. We got folks from the capital pulling in, not lowercase, but the capital. So we might as well get right into it. Let's get right into it. I know you are ready because there's something that happened for you, not to you. Something happened for you on your way here to the studio, and I'm going to let you just share that. You want to make that your inspirational moment?
Absolutely. All right.
Well, let's get into this inspirational moment with none other than yours truly, Miss.
Man, oh man, oh man. All right. First and foremost, welcome to Monday, Money Making Monday, Memorable Monday, just the beginning of the week for a lot of people. And what Thump was talking about was on my way here to the studio. I almost got in an accident and literally threw my hands up and gave it to God in the instant because I was on my brakes so hard that I thought it was inevitable. I said, me and this car are going to hit. The car came out of nowhere. I was going straight. They were trying to get across. And there was someone coming, trying to turn down the street they were coming from. So there was absolutely nowhere for me to go, right? And I released my hands, kept my foot on the brake, and literally was like, I'm going to hit this person. And God said, different. Whew. In that moment, I stopped just short of the person. I looked and saw their eyes and their faces. Their hands were up doing a similar situation. The gentleman that was coming toward me, seeing it on this side, he was just kind of stuck. So we were in this moment, and I thought about the pause that needs to happen immediately after that. I'm shaking. I pull over to the side of the road. I send my co-host here, my host, a voice message and go, I just barely within an inch of my life, almost got in an accident. And then I began to cry and thank God. I was so grateful in that moment. So your inspirational moment of the day is a prayerful pause. That's what I'm going to call it. It's an opportunity in the moment when you have no control over a situation, when you relinquish any kind of what you think you can make happen, when you take your hands off the steering wheel and literally give it to God, and God shows up. Whew. So, when in the day, today, maybe this evening going home, when can you take a prayerful pause? When can you stop and be like, I'm so grateful. Maybe you don't like your job, but you're grateful for it. So give God the praise, or whoever you believe, right? That is here. If it's God, if it's the universe, I want to respect everybody's way that they want to make sure that they pray. But be grateful. Show gratefulness. Something else I'm going to start establishing as a part of this is writing down 5 things I'm grateful for before I go to bed. I'm grateful that I did not get in that car accident. I'm so happy and grateful that I made it to the studio so that we could do our show and do what I love. I'm so happy and grateful for my host, Mr. DJ Thump. I'm so happy and grateful for 702 Live, for TNZLive702. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm here to take another breath, live another day, and give these inspirational moments. So that's just inspirational moment for the day. Remember to take a prayerful pause. Hopefully something crazy doesn't have to happen before you think to do it. But the more you do it with what's going on in the world today, the more we can be ready, not only to survive what's happening around us, but to thrive and be walking in purpose and on purpose in God's will. Amen. That's just inspiration.
Man. And it's funny. I was just reading something, and the preacher was saying, give God all access.
Whew.
Give him all access. A lot of times we give him temporary access. We give him access when we need him. We give him access when our backs are against the wall. We give him access. But if we give him all access,
absolutely,
just release it. It's funny how you put your hands up when in your mind you were ready to receive that accident. You were ready to receive whatever the enemy had for you, whatever it was. You were just okay. You know what? But at the same time, you submitted and you gave it to God. And if we could learn to do that in our everyday life, man, listen, it's a struggle. I get it. It's definitely a struggle. It's
things are going to happen. Life is going to be lifing.
Yeah.
But in that instant, I pulled over. So I was too shaky to drive, first and foremost. But the next thing I did, while all the thoughts were running through my head of what coulda, shoulda, and might have happened, thank you, God, that it did not.
Yes.
Woo!
Well,
I see you, Sonia. But God, yes.
That is your inspirational moment.
Changed everything.
And as they say in the church, govern yourselves accordingly. Govern yourselves accordingly. And you know what? I really want to add to that, that we need to give God grace. Mm-hmm. Why will God need grace? God is God. But why will we need to give him grace? Because a lot of times we don't believe that he'll do it. And if we constantly give it to him and know that he's, in our mind, our subconscious and our spirit, we know that he's going to take care of it. We're giving him grace, and also we got to say, Lord, I'm sorry. My bad. I know you got it. You got it all under control. But sometimes I don't know how to give it to you, because we think that we're God. Ooh, that's the word. Sometimes we think that we're God. Yeah.
And the reminder today was powerful, because I literally was like, my eyes were closed until I stopped and hadn't hit the car. And then I looked up and we are literally right here.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's great.
glad you're okay. As I
Thank
hit
you.
you back and I told you, I said, hey,
Yeah.
take your time, be safe,
Woo.
just get here.
Yeah, I drove
And
here at
I'm
about
glad
20
that
miles an hour the
everything
whole
worked
way.
out
That's why it
in
took so long.
your favor. I'm so glad
Thank you.
everything worked out in your favor. We
I
got a
drive
lot to
so
talk
slow.
about. Of course, I know we promoted that we were going to have the legendary Miss Denice Williams on, and a lot of folks are popping on, and she actually was here. But listen, man, we had to submit again. We had to
Yep.
release and let God do His. She did her part. She came on. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties with, some equipment here, but man, listen, we're breathing.
Mm-hmm.
We're breathing. We're living.
Ooh,
You know, it's good to be alive. It's better to live.
that
You know what I
part.
mean? So I'm great. I'm grateful that we're here. I'm grateful that we still have the lights. We still have, background. We still have folks that are motivated to keep the show pushing. I'm
Yes.
just grateful for
This
that,
is
and
week
we will
11.
reschedule. Yeah, we definitely will reschedule with the legendary Miss Denice Williams. I just did not want to just not say anything because so many folks were so excited and hitting me up. Like, really, Denice
Absolutely.
Williams, Denice Williams.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but we will reschedule with her and keep that going. A lot's getting ready to happen here. I do want to talk about something that is getting ready to hit the valley, and I think a lot of people are excited about it. I know I'm excited about it. I really am. It's the Southern Soul Blues with a
All
twist
right.
of R&B.
This is
Are you a
exciting.
big?
A reason to wear your cowboy hat.
Yeah, boots on the ground. You know what I mean? We got
Yes.
803 Fresh. We got none other than we're gonna pop them fans. We're gonna definitely pop them fans. And what I love is the fact that it's going to happen right here in Las Vegas. It's so many people going to be at this. As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing our show live on stage
On
there at the concert
Saturday.
Memorial Day weekend. It's at Craig Ranch Amphitheater, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. What about you, Zinja?
I'm excited too. You see all the stuff on social media, and I try to practice. I love all the tutorials though. So that's how it's older people into it, because they'll like
Yeah.
slow it down and show you different stuff. So I do appreciate that we're going to be a part of it. I love it anytime
Go
we
ahead and
get
bring that back up. Bring that
it back
back up.
up.
I'm gonna bring that back up because it's Southern Soul with the R&B twist. First of all, shouts out to all the Tauruses. Happy birthday to all the Tauruses. But at that time, it's going to be a Gemini season, so shouts out to both of
Ah,
y'all. The Gemini's got two people in their lives. You know what I mean? They
I
one
like
person in physical,
Gemini.
but two people in spirit. You know what I mean? That's not even triune. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Geminis and
But
Sagittarius get together. We like them. We're similar.
listen, we have none other than Michele will be Rome. Rome, where has Rome been? Rome is going to be here in
Wow.
Las Vegas. Um, Tony Armani is going to be here. 803 Fresh is going to be here. How about Mac 10 Sugar Free is going to be at the Plaza
Wait a minute.
Hotel, the
Is that
after party.
112?
112 will be in the building. Total, H-Town, Michele, public announcement
Hey.
will be at the Amp Craig Ranch. I'll be
Wow.
DJing that. And Las Vegas' own. He got 10 toes in the soil. Album just dropped. Just did a video in West Las Vegas. My guy, YA Poet. He's going to be opening the show on Saturday. It's a lot going on. It's going to be a Sunday
It
brunch. That
is.
whole weekend is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy Memorial Day weekend. So make sure you get your tickets. I want to give a huge shout out to GEMS, Greater Educational Milestones. Big shouts out to Ms. Donna that puts these concerts on, and it benefits their children in the urban communities, giving them a higher education, helping them to go to college. So if you buying your tickets, you helping a child go to college.
Party
Think
with
about
a
it like that.
purpose. I love
Yeah, it's a
it.
party with a purpose. Say that again. Yeah.
Party with a
Peter Pepper
purpose.
picked the pickles
The Rock rhymes. Oops, wrong song.
on purpose. Picked up peppers on purpose.
That part. I love it.
So, a lot's happening in sports. Big shouts
I
out,
do
of
want to give a
course.
shout out because we can't get away from what's really happening in the country and how it's affecting
Okay.
Las Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
do want to give a shout out. I do work in hospitality. That's my day job. MGM released a bunch of people who work in concierge around the city, which is a huge, I believe, shift in how what's happening in the economy and in the world is affecting Las Vegas specifically. So I do want to just hold those people in prayer, that were released from those jobs, and a lot of them, like concierge is a really big career here in Las Vegas. So all of the MGM properties released them. There's going to be more layoffs to come, specifically to hospitality, because people just, that's one of the first things to suffer when we're going into what people are calling a recession and or a depression. So I just want to send a prayer out for those folks, and let them know, keep your head up. And when a window closes, the door opens. I believe that every time. So
And
I
when
just wanted to
the door closed, the window open. Listen, I'm from the hood. We didn't come through the door all the time. Sometimes we had to go through the window. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, man.
so funny.
Yeah, it is. Um, I want to talk about this.
Okay.
I know you don't like calling his name, but I will say he is the POTUS. The president of the United States just signed a bill that is going to give teachers authorization to put their hands on students, to discipline, to whip students. It has been signed. Um, I'm going to keep my eyes and ears on when it actually comes in fruition. Of course, different states is going to happen different times, but giving teachers the opportunity, the platform to put their hands on your child. Now, let me back up and say this. He has not signed the right for you as a parent to put your hands on your own child. So you're taking discipline out of the homes, or you're keeping discipline out of the homes, but you're going to give teachers the right to put their hands on your child. It's going to be some chaos.
So here's the question: because did he sign just an order, and this still has to go through both houses, or has he signed this into what can happen? Because I want to say this: we have to quit reacting to the shock and awe, because that's how this dude moves. Does that make sense? So I want to know the specifics behind it. If it's just something, he can sign executive orders all day. And what sucks is that some of these executive orders that he's signing, he's actually being supported in Congress and the Senate. You see what I'm saying? So I want to make sure this isn't just a soundbite. Yeah, it's something we might need to discuss or what have you. But also, like, there's this, how soon is this going to affect? And
so I just looked it up.
Okay.
And it says he signed an order. Here we go. I'm sorry.
But what's an order?
The order requires new guidance to local and state educational agencies regarding school discipline, emphasizing compliance with Title 6, protections against racial discrimination and preferencing. It calls for appropriate action against educational agencies that fail to comply with Title 6 by continuing to use racially preferential discipline practices. But wait a minute. He reinstates compensates. Oh gosh, it's flashing. It's giving me all. It's funny when you look it up. Everything is starting to pop up here. It's so crazy. Trump signed 7 more executive orders impacting K through 12 higher education for discipline in school. So K through 12, he signs the orders. The orders were signed.
Okay.
So I don't know. And we're definitely going to look into this. I'm going to look into. I'm going to follow up on this, and because here it is. Whew. Trump signs several. Here we go. Trump signs executive orders on school discipline education reform. He signs multiple executive orders on Wednesday targeting the country's education system from discipline in K through 12 schools to universities are accredited regarding school discipline. He signed an order in the Oval Office intended to undo policies from former presidents Obama and Biden that will White House staff secretary said created issues in the classrooms for teachers and students alike. Behavioral issues has been on the rise since COVID-19 pandemic, but it's unclear how much influence the federal government will be able to have over individual school policies on this issue.
And that's
He
what I
is
wanted
taking
to say. Go ahead.
he is taking historic and common sense actions to boost school safety standards. Disciplinary actions should be based solely on students' behavior and actions. Education Secretary Linda McMahon said. Other Wednesday order seeks to further integrate artificial intelligence into American classrooms. Making it
So,
great again.
so
New pages.
an order is not a law.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what an order can do is forcefully suggest that this go, but an executive order is a written directive signed by the president um, that orders the government to take specific actions to ensure the laws is faithfully executed. Most of these orders are not signed into law. So telling the Department of
Yes.
Education to implement a certain rule or declare a new priority, the executive order cannot, however, override federal laws and statutes. So I wanted to say that and make sure we hear that and understand now it's your opportunity to call your congressman, whoever you, and go, what is the law? Because he can sign, this is what I want people to know and to know about government. He can sign all the executive orders he wants. A lot of these orders are not even going through to become laws. And part of the PTSD that I think we're experiencing is we go from 0 to 60 when he signs it. And it's what he wants.
Yeah.
What he wants. He likes governing in chaos. We knew this was coming. It's almost like, what was it? The movie I love, Jungle Fever, where he was like, he said, I will not eat with whoremongers. And Ruby Dee said, well, you knew she was coming. So what I want us to do is, these are talking points, but also know that these are not laws. This is this dude going, what can I get on TV? What can I have people talking about? And where energy goes, money flows.
Right. Yeah.
It's a big TV show for him. He's not governing anything.
Yeah.
Now it is scary, but what we need to do is focus on what are the laws of the state when it comes to what teachers, what educators can do to your children. That's the bigger question we need to ask. And maybe we need to go ahead and contact somebody with the school district and have them come on and let's talk about that on a local level. Like, what does that mean for us?
Yeah, I mean, and at the same time, parents, I'm going to suggest, I'm going to motivate you to talk with your children. Listen, discipline starts at home. You learn school at home first. You learn what to do at school at home first. You learn what to do at church at home first. Right? Parents, put these cell phones down and these social media devices down and have a conversation with your child. Because what is getting ready to happen, and like you said, this may or may not go into law, but the fact that it is actually a conversation. Rather, he wants to, get in the limelight on the television with it or not. The fact that it is even a thought, a consideration that I am going to allow these teachers to discipline. He didn't say to defend themselves. That's different. But to discipline these children, what children are we targeting? Are we targeting children that look like me and you?
Oh, we know
Or
what that is. But also what I want people to do is go, here's where it can get tricky. What I want you to know, it's not a law. I want you to contact the people in government that you have access to, the people that we put in office, because we got a primary coming up and we got to think about the people we put in office, because they're responsible for turning this into law. We need to know what Nevada feels about corporal punishment in schools and what's actually going to be possible. Because, yeah, have that conversation with your kids, but also let's not have knee-jerk reactions. Let's actually talk about what, because again, he going to sit up there and sign some stuff and then be like, that's what I signed. Everybody going to shock and awe. Because he's a grand manipulator. We got to know who we're dealing with.
Right. Right.
Because if I have some kids and this gets passed, then I'm like, okay, then where's the past part of it that says when you put your hands on my child, you and I not have a problem?
Right. Oh gosh. And you know
I
what?
don't care who signed what order. Again, an order is not a law. Let's go ahead and figure out where we are. What the kids say, you might come and have to see these hands. That's all I'm saying.
I'm tired of seeing the videos of these children whooping on these teachers too. I mean, at the same time, kudos to these teachers, man. The prayers are going up for these teachers. There's a lot to deal with in these classrooms. That's that's really. I don't think a lot of them signed up for that.
No. And again, you talked about it. It happens. It's coming from the parents or not coming from the parents. You know what I mean? So it has everything to do with what are you teaching your children about what they're going to school for? And a lot of these issues have been there. Like these aren't new issues. Overcrowding in the school is not a new issue. Having one teacher to way too many students, especially in the Clark County School District, is not a new issue. So what you have to do is prepare your children to go in. I remember my mama used to say, because you used to come home and try to blame the teacher for everything. My mom was like, I am sending you to school to get an education. So anything that you do that distracts from that, you and me got a problem. I remember Black History Month and the teachers, we talked about Frederick Douglass, we talked about Martin Luther King, and we talked about Harriet Tubman. That was it. My mom sent me in with reports and was like, go ahead and bring this report in on Mary McLeod Bethune.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring this report in on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I understand he's also
school district.
He's also gonna, he wants to wipe out Black history.
Okay, but here's the difference. He can want to do that. We have too many resources. Like some of this, it's not that I'm not taking it serious, but some of this, all it does is give you back control as a parent and what you want your children to know about the truth of history in their lives. He can wipe out all he wants. The internet makes it impossible, first of all.
Yes.
Secondly, again, we need to get back to our libraries, because there's a lot of people who are not playing his game. So what is it? My kids, hey, Zarina, direct phone number and know to call me directly if they step out of line. I love that. Relationship between the teachers and the parents is key. It takes a village. That is my soror. Miss Zarina, thank you so much, love. I appreciate that comment. So yeah.
That's dope. That is so dope. It is. So as we continue to move on, so many things. I have to admit, man, I am so down because I wanted to have Miss Denice Williams on with us today. I know I keep bringing that back up, but I'm just so down. But it's okay. We'll have her on
we will.
on another day. Another day soon.
Yes.
Another day soon. I do want to give a huge shout out, of course, to our local, a local, I don't want to call it a restaurant. I want to say a grocery store. It's a market. Yeah, it's a market. Mario's West Side Market.
Oh my Lord, the catfish was and is amazing. Just always.
Did he save our stomachs today?
He did. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we always want to highlight and spotlight local businesses in Las Vegas. How long? Mario's has been here forever, at least since I can remember.
Now, you're born and raised here in Vegas.
I am.
What are some of the things that were staples in the community that are still here or even that are not here anymore that you can remember? I know one I could throw off the top of my head. I heard about this place before I even moved to Vegas, and that was Hamburger Hut.
Hamburger Hut.
Or did I say that right?
I remember Hamburger Heaven.
Is it a hut now? Hamburger Heaven. No, what's the one? I believe it's on. Is it on Cheyenne? They had the best wings. A little small, little place.
I'm not
Okay,
sure,
yeah,
but
okay.
Mario's is one of those staples. Mario's has been here for a really long time. I'm looking online to see exactly how long.
How long Mario's has been around?
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I do want to say shouts out again to Mario because he also have a little league. He holds a little up at Doolittle Community Center, Doolittle Park. Kianga. Oh gosh, I done jumped off the cliff now.
Okay, so
Kiango,
30 years.
30 years.
It was on the corner of Martin Luther King and Lake Mead Boulevard.
Wow,
Now
30
they've got a
years.
new look and everything. 30 years. Yeah. What
Wow.
else? There's so many. And a lot of them, like I remember, we kind of remember where they were and what they were doing, but they become something different, if that makes sense. Because
Yes.
businesses evolve and grow and change. So I remember.
What are some things?
Go ahead.
What are some things that you actually remember, like about Las Vegas, the West Side, the historic West Side, and because I remember, Kianga Isoke Palacio Park. That is the name of it. I got it. Kianga Isoke Palacio Park. That is right behind Doolittle Complex, where Mario has his Little League baseball.
Oh, okay.
And
And that's behind the
as
West Side Library, that area, right?
yes,
Yes.
yes,
So the
and
West
as
Side
I
Library
believe
has
it,
been here forever.
hmm
When I was growing up,
and
West Side Library's been here forever. Doolittle Community Center
as,
here
as
forever.
I bel as I remember, kids don't even have to pay to play.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they don't even have to pay
What
to
is it?
play.
Seven
That's so
C's? Is
dope.
it still Seven C's? It was right across the street there.
So let me tell
It's
you something.
changed
When
to
I first
something
moved to
else.
Las Vegas, man, when I first moved to Vegas, DJ coming out of South Central LA, of course, uh, when you come out of a market, the LA market is DJing, and you come into Vegas, you feel like you've been in a way bigger market. You know what I mean? Everybody know about South Central LA, Long Beach, Compton, Inglewood, always up to no good. When you come to Vegas, you're like, okay, I'm finna get it in. No one would give me an opportunity to DJ. Nothing. The promoters turned their backs on me. I went to a lot of them, and they're like, "Who are you?" It was Seven C's. I started
Yes,
the very first
I love
place.
it.
Yes,
Dukeyless
and
Plaza
shouts
was
out to Mr.
another
Connors,
area.
man. May he rest in peace over there. Held down Seven Seas and $2 Tuesdays. I remember walking there and getting some catfish, and I
Wow.
asked him. I saw a DJ booth in the back. I said, you guys have DJs in here?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "I would love to DJ." And I said, "Tell you what, if you let me DJ one night, you don't even have to pay me." I said, "You don't have to pay me."
Wow.
And I shouldn't have told Mr. Connors that because Mr. Connors, he felt like you didn't have to pay me ever. But
Ever. You know,
I
careful
told him,
what
let
you
me come
say.
in and show you what I could do. You don't even have to pay me. Just feed me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And history was made, man. I met LC. I met,
Yes.
yeah, LC. I met,
Back when Power 88 was 88.1.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
Vegas,
we
man.
both started there. I started there. Like that was my first radio gig here in town. Right
Hmm.
out of college was at Power 88. And then we'd go to Second Baptist. Second Baptist Church has been there forever. And we'd get out of church. And then we'd go to Hamburger Heaven was around the corner. Newtown Tavern used to be down there. This is going back 30, 40 years, if we get real
Wow,
with it. Yeah.
wow, wow,
And
wow,
I
wow.
remember also my mother and them used to live on the letter streets, we call them H Street. My mother
It's
and
funny
all of those folks.
when
Yes.
I first moved to Vegas, I asked my brother, which he had been here for over 20 years before I got here. But I asked him, I said, I need to find a church home. That's the first thing I need to find a church home. He said,
Uh-huh.
go down the alphabet streets. You find as many
Yes.
churches as you need. And I didn't know what the alphabet streets was. He said, take Lake Mead all the way down, and
Hmm.
you're going to make a right on the first uh, alphabet street you see.
Yep.
And take your pick.
Larry Sight and
Take your pick.
Sound, his daughter,
Larry Sight and
Larry
Sound.
Sight and Sound. That's where I bought my first little cassette tape. Odyssey Records back in the day. I mean, there were so many places that we just were in the community. And again, it's so funny because people used to try to throw us in with LA, but Vegas has always been very different.
Yeah.
And people used to say we were a little behind the times or what have you. But also, if you came here for entertainment, you had to come to the West Side. If you were black, R&B, urban of any way, you had to come. And I don't
Yeah.
know if we had a little attitude about it when you finally figured it out.
Oh
But
my gosh.
we were very proud, you know what I mean, of what we were able to
Yes.
accomplish in the entertainment capital as black people. Remember going to 30 something? You remember hearing about
30
30
something.
something?
What was the name of the club that I believe was at one time it was Club Kiss. It was uh Club 702. It was over
Ah,
like the Maryland Parkway area.
yes. It was 662. That was where Tupac was headed when he got shot.
Yes, Suge Knight's Club, right?
And we were going from the Shark Club. We were just there that night. It was Queen Latifah and some folks there that night, and we were heading over to 662 when the shooting happened.
Wow.
Yep, that's
Wow.
crazy. That's so crazy. And then
All
Zarina, my
right.
forward was like, some people didn't consider Vegas West Coast. Interesting though, because this is when we got an influx of LA folks when they instilled the three strikes law. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
A lot of LA
That's
folks that
crazy.
had two strikes was like, "Ooh, we got to get out of Dodge. We got what's closest?
Mm.
What's closest?" Yeah.
All right. So you know what it's time for, right?
What?
Our new segment that I just thought of
Mm,
yesterday.
I love it.
It's time. It's time to get into fake news.
Fake news. Tell them how it
There we go.
works.
Fake news. This is how I'm going to give you two stories. You're going to determine whether it's a real story or it's a fake story. So if you watch the little teaser we did yesterday, you're going to know which story is actually real and which one is fake. So let's start with the fake story. Oh, did I just tell you? Let's start. Okay, tell you what.
You
Let's
did.
start with one. Okay, no. Let's start with one of the stories. All right, one of the stories. Man goes to college with a female. They were dating in college. They got real close. They got intimate. Um, I mean, really close, talking about marriage and the whole thing. Well,
Okay.
he graduated college before her.
Mm-hmm.
He's 3 years older than she is, and he left. He left college, disappeared, was gone.
And didn't say anything to her.
Um, Pretty much we're done. It's over. I'm going
Oh,
overseas. I'm leaving college, going in the military to become an officer. And he went overseas.
so
Figured
he
he
was
didn't
an
want to do a long distance
officer and not
relationship.
a gentleman.
Decided, okay, you know what? We're gonna cut ties. 10 years later, he met a female overseas while he was in the military. They come back to the States. They get married. Well, she wants to bring him to the family reunion for the very first time. And lo and behold, the sister of his bride was the young lady that he was in college with. That they were having. They had a relationship. Well, in their relationship, she got pregnant. She has a 10-year-old son. So when he met her at the family reunion, congratulations. What do you mean? This is your son. So yeah, I see the expression on your face. So the 10-year-old son is now his son and his nephew. Yeah.
So he married the woman overseas as the sister,
Yes.
but they don't have
He
no
had a
kids.
pregnant. I'm sorry.
Do they have kids? The woman, him and the woman
No,
they married? Okay.
him and the woman that he got married overseas don't have any kids.
Okay.
She brought him back to the States to meet his
Right.
family at a family reunion. He walks in, he gets introduced, and the female that he was dating in college that he left to go overseas, he left her, but he left her pregnant. So
Okay.
now, lo and behold, he comes back and he meets this woman,
Hmm.
thinking he's meeting the family, and he met an old flame.
Okay, so I'm deciding if this is fake or real.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this is the real one because you was about to start with the fake one.
Let me give you story number two then. Story number two is
Okay.
much shorter. Man walks into a very familiar store. Okay. He
Okay.
walks in with the intentions to case out the joint. He sits at a kiosk and he fills out a job application.
Wait a minute. While he's casing a joint.
He's casing the joint, but while he's casing the joint, he sits at the kiosk and he fills out a job application. When the coast was clear, he goes, he robs the jury department. He leaves with $1,500 worth of jewelry, runs out the store. 2 weeks later, he gets called back from that particular store for a job interview, and he comes back. Now, mind you, he fills out his first name, last name, social security number, references, the whole nine. And he comes back and he gets caught. Ends up doing jail, going to
And this is
jail.
recent, where cameras are everywhere. Like, what were you thinking?
Yo, fake news, real news. What do you think?
So here's the thing. It sounds unrealistic, which makes me think it's real.
So,
And yeah, Serena's like, no way that could be
I have
real.
to put this one up. No way, that can't be real. So, the very
So
first
which of the
story,
two stories is real? Is what you're asking?
the first story, the first story about the man that uh got
Who's the
married with the
dad and
lady
the
overseas,
uncle, or not
that's
the
a fake
dad? But
story.
the husband.
That was the fake story.
Oh, okay, okay.
The real story was the man that sat at the kiosk, filled out a job application while he's waiting to case the joint. When the coast was clear, he went and robbed the jury department and ran out the store. Came back for a job interview because they called him back, and loss prevention recognized him and he went to jail.
So they hadn't. Well, yeah. There's no way to know that it was him who filled out the application. So if he hadn't gone in for the job interview, he'd have got away with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
So
dun,
that's the
dun.
real
Fake
story.
news, real
That's the
news.
real.
Thank you so very much. Fake news.
Ah.
So here's something that is real. Here's something that is real. Lupus. I know this is a hard turn. It is a very hard turn, but I want to bring this because I have a young lady that I love her so much, man. Her husband and I have been coaching football for years, the little babies. But she has been an advocate. She has been speaking on lupus for as long as I've known her. She is a queen. I love her to life. Las Vegas's own. My girl, my sister, Miss Autumn Austin is in the building. Hey, Autumn.
Hey DJ Thumb. Hey Sandra. How you
Hello.
doing?
Fantastic. How are you, beautiful?
I am good. Sorry I was late. I was doing Colors of Lupus stuff.
That's
As
okay.
always, as always. Hey, look here. You got your purple. You see this? You got your purple hearts jumping off right now. Your
I
purple
love
hearts.
it. I love it. I didn't have time to change from work, so I don't have on purple, but I love it. I'm wearing purple in spirit today. But you'll see me in purple every day in the month of May. So you'll get tired of me in purple.
So May is Lupus Awareness Month, correct?
Correct. The entire month of May is Lupus Awareness Month. That's when we do the most and try to get out the most information and try to advocate the hardest for lupus. I mean, we do it 365, 24/7, but May we do it a lot. Every single day, Colors of Lupus posts a fact about lupus, trying to educate not only Las Vegas, but the world and people who follow Colors of Lupus all around the world. And then we have our educational component where we have doctors come on and talk about lupus and living with lupus and how to manage your lupus. And we'll be bringing back our support groups in the month of May, as well as we will have our 10th annual lupus walk.
Wow.
Nice. 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 As a matter of fact, I think you're gonna have some special DJ or somebody that's gonna be there
Yeah,
doing
I
some.
don't know if anybody knows him though. Do you guys know who DJ Thump is? He
I,
he has been my DJ since we started the walk. So he has been with me for the last 10 years.
wow,
Just making
wow, it
sure
has
that
been.
we're walking, we're entertained, that he's keeping the party going.
Yes. And he definitely does that. And I love how just in the community he is. So it doesn't surprise me that you guys are working in tandem and he's throwing in his amazing DJ talents to support such a worthy cause.
Yes, I think
So
it has affected not only me, but it affects the black and brown community and women a lot. Um, for Thump, it's affected him in more ways than one. Not just me, because him and I have known each other for a long time. He coached my son. You coach Jared, Thump.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Jared will be 29. So he's coached Jared in football, and Jared is a current overseas professional athlete. He plays basketball overseas. Jordan plays basketball overseas, and Thump has had his hands on both of them. But it has also affected the media community, and Thump specifically because he worked very closely with her. But Sandy. Um, Recently lost her fight to lupus. It's been what, two? This will be year number two.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. Sandy, that
I
was that was my
remember.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She did middays.
that was my girl. Yeah, over at the same station.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
So and it was beautiful because that same year, because I believe she passed away right before her birthday or was right after her birthday. It was one or two, but it was really close to her birthday, and her family was just so open to trust us with her legacy, and I'm so honored to be able to celebrate her in that way. It was something really personal because she was really like a really really close little sister. Sandy Bonita. That was I call her Bonita, Sandy Bonita. That was my little sis, man. And so for her family to trust us with her legacy, that was amazing. But yeah, we're gonna keep pushing. And again, it happens this year again. It's happening in May. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
It's always the third Saturday in May. It's this year. It's Saturday, May 17th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at Pearson Community Center on West Cary and MLK, a little off the corner there. But we have hosted it. I think this is year number 4 or 5 at Pearson. We
Hmm.
chose We started off at Canyon Springs High School at the track and field, and then during COVID, we had to find somewhere else to go. So we went to Pearson, and it's a non-traditional walk. So we don't say, "Hey, you got to walk 5 miles." We say, "Hey, walk what your body allows you to walk." So if you only walk one lap, which is all I do, I start the first lap with everybody with my famous song that that Thump starts the walk off with. And then, but if you can do 20 laps, by all means, do 20 laps. We will be giving out a prize this year for the most laps walked.
Nice, nice.
That's awesome.
So it's something. I mean, this is not my first time having a conversation with you. We don't do interviews. We just have conversations. It's not
Right.
my first time having a conversation with you, and you have lupus, but you said something that was very key, that lupus is not a death sentence.
It's not. Um, can it be? Yes. And Sandy Bonita it was the proof to that, unfortunately, but it's not. And I've had to learn over the years, because my lupus attacks me a little bit differently. It attacks my major organs, and so since they thought I had lupus dating back to 2009, with final diagnosis in 2012, every year since 2009 to 2024, I have been hospitalized for at least 1 week a year from 2009 to 2024. 2024 was the first year that I have not been hospitalized, thank God. Um, but it had to teach me that I had to live every day like it was my last, and just live in the moment. But it's not a death sentence. I know people that live very productive lives, living with lupus every single day. And one of those people, she's very transparent about her illness. So I know she wouldn't mind me mentioning it. And I'm pretty sure because you guys are in the community and have been around a very long time, you know this wonderful, wonderful lady. But lupus was knocking on her door and she was hospitalized, and the doctors told her family to start planning her funeral.
Oh, wow.
And to this day, since I met her back in 2015, um, she has been in remission. And I know it's probably was in remission before I met her, but she is none other than Las Vegas's very own star, Miss China Hudson.
Oh, wow.
China lives with lupus, and she shows you she changed her diet. She changed her. She goes to herbally grounded, and she just she tries to fight it naturally.
Yeah.
And so she has those moments where she just has bad days. She has been in remission for a very, very long time, so she is living proof that lupus is not a death sentence and that you can do so many different things. She acts, she dances, she talks in the community, she does it all. And she's my inspiration. So she lets me know from time to time, hey, I'm here whenever you need me. But remember, you got this. And so she tells everybody they got it. And she's living proof that it's not a death sentence.
That's awesome. And we all know Miss China, and she is a firecracker.
Isn't
So
she?
no, I had no
Yes.
idea. But I am a firm supporter of people walking in their truth and also being able to share it with other people. Because when we talk a lot about sometimes your purpose, whether you like it or not, is to walk and show other people that have whatever ailments people are dealing with, and specifically this one that is so prevalent in the Black community, that you can make it and not just thrive and survive, but to thrive and be a huge example. So I love that story.
Absolutely. Autumn, can you give us that? Did we lose her?
I don't know
Can you
what
give us
happened.
the? Do we? Can you hear us still?
Looks like
Okay,
we lost her.
minor technical difficulty. We may have lost her. But yeah, we'll definitely put more of that on our social media. The Colors of Lupus Walk. Last year it was on Saturday, May 18th, I believe. She said it's going to be the second or the third Saturday in May.
Okay.
So we'll make sure that we put that up there. Unfortunately, we lost connection with her, but I think this is a beautiful thing. Oh, there
Oh,
she
there she
is.
is.
There you
We
Somebody
got her
try
go.
to call me.
back. Okay. We got her back.
Um, I was saying I was agreeing with you, Zenja. One of the things, because I'm very transparent in my walk with lupus, and so I try to educate whoever will listen. And people always have a tendency to tell me, "Hey, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I'm so sorry you have lupus." And I always tell people, "Don't be sorry. Say a prayer for me, but don't be sorry. Lupus is not my curse. It's my
Mm,
blessing because it allows me to be in situations and be around people like you guys and to educate everyone. So don't be sorry for me. Say a prayer, but know that this is my blessing, not my curse."
wow.
Amen.
Wow, wow, wow.
Amen. So once again, give the information, the day of the walk. Yeah, and how can folks reach you?
The walk again is Saturday, May 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Pearson Community Center, 1625 West Cary Avenue, Cary and Martin Luther King. They can reach me by calling me at 702-722-8553. That's 702-722-8553. It's $25 to register as an individual to walk. If you have a team of 10, it's $200 for a team, and anybody over 10 then it's $20 for registration. We're looking for vendors. So if you want to be a vendor, it's $50 for a booth. But if you have lupus and you're a vendor, meaning not just selling something, but you have information to pass out, anything like that, then if you have lupus, we waive your vendor fee.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's
Well,
awesome.
not nice that you have lupus. I'm saying nice that the fee is
I
waived.
I
Yes.
know, I know.
Listen, I got in trouble last week, because which is a great
We're gonna
transition.
talk about it
Because
again.
yeah, we're gonna talk about it again. Zinja's having you talk about it, Zinja, because I got excited because she said she's hosting, and I'm like, yay! And then I'm like, oh no, never mind. Go ahead, go ahead.
So, in full transparency, I had no idea that May was lupus, the month to bring awareness to and have this amazing event. Well, April, believe it or not, is Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Hmm.
It's one of those months and one of those things that people don't really celebrate similarly. But as a survivor of childhood rape and molestation myself, I'm a survivor and a thriver. So, in full transparency, I make sure that I can be a voice to what's on the other side. And people always say it's hard to believe that someone like me, when they say that, has been through that. But the numbers are real. 1 in 7 men have been sexually assaulted from childhood to adult, and it's 1 in 5 women. So that is, and those numbers have not gone down. They probably increased on some level. So each and every year during the month of April, there's an event called Denim Day. And where Denim Day originated is in 1998, all right, which was not that long ago. The Italian parliament overturned a rape charge against a teen girl, against the person who raped her because she was wearing tight jeans. So because she was wearing tight jeans, they said that that meant she
Provoked.
not provoked,
Invited.
gave what's the word? It starts with a C and it just jumped out.
Consent.
Gave consent. So the next day, every female member of the Italian parliament wore denim in protest. So every final Wednesday in the month of April, we wear denim in support and celebration of what they did to help and bring awareness to sexual assault. And especially in times like we are living in now, where certain people in power have had issues putting their hands on other people, abusing other people in that way, it is really interesting to me that during those times, we have to still talk about that. It's still more powerful. So I have been on the board for the Signs of Hope for the past, it was probably 8-9 years I was on the board. I'm no longer on the board, but I am hosting this event. And let me get back to the page so you guys can see it. Can you guys see my screen? This is the Signs of Hope website. And we'll go into the Denim Day. So Denim Day is going to be on Wednesday. It is a daytime event. It is a luncheon. And it's going to be at the Blind Center of Nevada, 1001 North Bruce Street. Okay. It's going to be happening from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So what we do is we do a fashion show and we show survivors, right? And these people are very, very courageous because a lot of these people, this didn't happen to them as children. It's happened pretty recently. And another statistics that really kind of sucks is that only 2% of these things are ever brought to trial. So a lot of times the victims and or survivors don't really get to work out the issues that happen from this sexual assault in that way. So Signs of Hope offers counseling. You can go ahead and call the 24/7 Sexual Assault Crisis Hotline, which is 702-366-1640. And then here's the deal, guys, donate. We need money to keep these programs around. I've had people come up to me at luncheons and different events because they know how passionate I am about helping people deal with this, because a lot of times people don't talk about it. They just choke it down and move on. And here's what I need you to know. It affects every relationship you have, whether they're intimate or not. once this has happened, right? Another big thing that we've been talking about recently, since we've got all the sporting events and so forth coming to town, is an increase of human trafficking. So we get the funding from all of this, guys, by you helping us out. There are some government funds because of what's going on in the world. We know that that is not. You can still purchase tickets. You can still donate and make a donation, or you can become a sponsor for the Denim Day. But on Wednesday, if you think about it, wake up and wear jeans. If you go to your job and let them know what Denim Day is, make sure that everybody wears jeans in solidarity to the survivors. And I hate to say victims, but we use the word victims, but survivors and thrivers of some kind of sexual assault. It's not always date rape or anything like that. Some of us has been assaulted as children, and the numbers keep increasing. It's a hard thing to talk about, but we do 2 big events every year, and Denim Day is one of those events, guys. So read up on what Denim Day is. Go to Signs of Hope. It's sohlv.org. Please donate. We use the money for counseling. We use the money when we meet people at the emergency room and have to do the rape kits and so forth to make sure they have clothes, cell phones, they feel safe, they have a safe ride back to where they're coming from. It's a hard thing to talk about, but we want to make sure that we're able to highlight it and know that Las Vegas, Nevada, because of the nature of who we are, a lot of it comes here, from the human trafficking to the sexual assault. We do education. We go into the clubs and so forth, educate the security people, educate the bartenders so people won't get roofied. Be amazed at some of the things that go on right under the surface, guys, and we don't see it. But this is an amazing organization. I'm super excited to host this event. And yeah, that's what's going on.
There it is. There it is. So we have the Denim Day, which is day after tomorrow, 2 days away, on Wednesday. I encourage everyone to be there, show up, help out. SOHLV.org.
Yep.
Help out. And then right after that, man, we have another party with a purpose, the Lupus Walk, which is going to be on May 17th. At the William U. Pearson Center, 1625 West Cary Avenue. Listen, community, we have to come together and let's please help support these, because a lot of times you hear folks say, nobody support me, nobody support me. Well, are you supporting anyone else? Are you supporting these? And then, of course, it's educating you. It's educating you. I learned so much about lupus within the last 10 years. Um, like it's incredible. I've learned so much about Denim Day within the last year. Um, it's just amazing. And when we know better, we're charged to do better,
How about that?
right? So make sure, sis, that you send me a flyer so we can put that on the show next week. We're also going to put it on our website as well, and all of our social medias. We're going to help you push that, as well as we're going to send you the flyer for Denim Day. We need you to help spread the word, push it out, because the more support and the more wisdom and knowledge and understanding that we have about these certain situations, man, the better we can be as a community. Amen.
Amen.
Absolutely. I have denim scrubs, Ginger, so I'm gonna wear them on Wednesday.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. That would be amazing.
And I'm gonna find my old members only. They probably fit like skinny jeans now. They're probably taking
Wow.
my blood pressure,
Can't get rid of
but
that vision. So sorry.
you don't want that vision. You don't want that smoke. You
Mm.
don't.
Seven said to tell you he gonna pull out the 501s in support.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Sandra.
It's amazing that people don't know, first and foremost, that we have to have a month to make it aware. And then that it's crazy that that actually happened in a government and, at a country as part of the government. And we're still dealing with this. But
That's
the
crazy.
more we bring awareness, right? Thank you, CT. I see you. The more we bring awareness, the more hopefully that people can talk about it and know that you have a place for resources whenever you feel like talking about it or discussing it. We have people who call the hotline years and decades after it's happened to them because all of a sudden they get to a point in their lives and they can no longer choke it down. So we want to go ahead and make sure we have healthy places for people to discuss this stuff.
Absolutely. And I will
Absolutely.
post wherever and whenever I can in order to support you, Zinja. So thank you so much for sharing and being transparent and walking in your truth because it takes a brave person to do so.
Thank you so
Hey,
much, Queen. And I'm
tell
gonna wear
my
my
brother I
purpose
said
on.
salute, man. That's my guy. Appreciate you, Seven. Love you, boy.
I will. Thank you guys for having me. And I'll send you, Thump, I'll send you over all the flyers and everything you guys need to help me promote the event. I appreciate it.
No
We
doubt. You have a
appreciate you,
wonderful
Queen.
rest of your day on purpose, and we love you, Queen. Send the love to the entire family.
We love you too. Thank you.
All right, all right. That's my girl, man. Shouts out. Of course, to my girl Autumn. Um, well, Zinja, that is our time, man. We went overtime today,
We did.
but you know how we do. We sometimes time don't matter when we're edutaining, right?
What'd you say, babe?
Sometimes time doesn't matter when
Oh, you
our
playing the
family.
music. I'm like, I could barely hear you. Okay, got it. Time doesn't matter when you're talking about important things.
That's it. Can you hear me now? Let me turn that
I
down.
can hear you.
All right, when we edutaining our people. Hey, we got to get out of here, man. It's your boy DJ Thump. Thumpin's in July 702 is Vegas first. We have some more surprises coming up. Hey, listen, stay with us and trust the process, man. We are in the building process right now. We in that cocoon. We're that caterpillar right now, but soon and very soon we're gonna spread them wings and fly like the butterfly is supposed to fly, man. And we're gonna soar like them eagles. Stay with us. Please do not go anywhere. We got more for you. I'm D1. I am done.
And my actual last name is done. So we'll see you guys next week.
I can't.
It is my last name. It's just how it happened to fall.
We're
Done.
done, man.
DUNN. It is what it is.
Have a great rest of your week on purpose, man. And remember, Las Vegas, we got heart. Let's go.
Love you.